Good evening, Walmart executives. We are Fantastic for Consulting. My name is Jake Wiener.
I'm Adil Haq.
I'm Alexandra Kirby.
I'm George Shaw.
We would like to take this opportunity to thank you for listening to our presentation today. In our presentation, we'll be going over our strategy for Walmart's future growth. The first item for our presentation is the background. Then we'll be going over the issue, the brief recommendation, the internal and external analysis, the alternatives, the recommendation, the implementation, the financial projection, and then we will sum it up with the conclusion. In the year 1962, Sam Walton had introduced the first Walmart in Roger, Arkansas. During this time period, Walton had made the decision to have the lowest prices compared to his competitors. The way he would do this is by cutting his margins as low as possible. Within just 5 years, Walton opened up 24 stores, gaining $12.7 million in sales. In the 1970s, Walmart began to expand nationally, going to 9 states by the year 1975. Also during the 1970s, Walmart was finally enlisted as a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange. In the 1980s, Walmart introduced the revolutionary Sam's Club and the first Supercenter store. These innovative ideas had led Walmart to substantial growth in this decade. In the 1990s, Walmart began to expand globally, going to countries such as China, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Mexico. The 90s was a very prosperous time for Walmart, but unfortunately, Walmart's creator, Sam Walton, had passed away. Although Sam Walton passed away, they continued his successful business model of everyday low prices. With the new millennium, Walmart began to sell their products through e-commerce and also through mobile devices. Based on the background, we can see that Walmart has a history of growth and success. Recently, Walmart has not been able to recapture the growth that they had in previous decades. We portray Walmart's main issue as Walmart faces present and new challenges. What opportunities will ensure sustainable growth? We advise with our strategy, Walmart will retain the growth that they once had and build up momentum for the future. I would now like to pass it up to my partner, Azarul, for the brief recommendation.
Thank you, Jim. In order to address the issues Jake just mentioned, we propose a 3-phase of recommendation. The first phase is remodeling, second phase is investing on e-commerce, and the third and final phase is international expansion. We will talk about our recommendation in detail at the later part of the presentation. Now, moving on to the internal and external analysis that we conducted for you. As you know, your company is the biggest company in the world, with more than 2 million employees working for you. You are also known for the best value provider. Finally, you are standing on a strong financial foundation that gives you the opportunity to invest more, to take new risks. But you also have some weaknesses. The biggest weakness you have is your reputation that you are not treating your employees well. Additionally, your economic scale is another weakness for you. Your company is so big that to increase the sale by just 1%, every American has to spend an additional $10 in your store, which is not easy to achieve. Finally, your standardized approach around the world prevents you from localizing and customizing your product. However, you also have a window of opportunity to expand internationally. Imagine the number of middle-class families around the world is your potential buyer. More and more people are shopping online these days. You can invest in on online shopping, e-commerce, and become the market leader. These days, Super Santa is becoming extremely popular. Customers want to make one stop and buy the necessities. You already have a number of Super Santas. You can increase the number and capitalize this opportunity. However, you also have some weaknesses. You also have some threats. Target, your biggest rival, is your constant threat. You're also losing your sales to dollar stores. Not only that, macroeconomic factors are another threat for you. Since economy is improving in the United States, more and more customers are moving back to upscale stores. Before we prepare our recommendations, we also examine some of alternatives. The first alternative we thought of was introducing a new store chain in the United States in different names for the upscale customers. In one way, you can compete better in upscale stores, but this will only confuse your customers and you will take away from having a low price strategy. We also thought of different price, marketing, and quality strategies for urban and rural customers. This will also confuse the customers. Finally, we thought of selecting international expansion in BRIC countries. These BRIC countries represent Brazil, Russia, India, and China. These countries are extremely populated and fastest growing countries in the world. This is their benefit. But however, after Brazil, Russia, India, and China are extremely populated. So you can't just rely on these countries for the international expansion. Now I'll pass it off to my colleague Alex, who will talk about recommendation and implementation of this application.
Thank you, Azrael. We will now proceed with our full recommendation. Under our first phase, remodeling, reevaluating the concentration of Walmart's core departments in order to realign with the low price strategy, as well as focusing on employee programs, will contribute to rebranding Walmart's image over the next 3 to 5 years, as well as regaining customer confidence. Next, investing in e-commerce gradually under our estimated budget over the next year will allow Walmart to have an improved web page available to customers as consumer buyer patterns become increasingly viral. Finally, expanding internationally over the next 5 years under our budget to emerging market economies that we see as profitable for your company will prove to be beneficial in the long run. Ultimately, our goal is to return loyal customers to the aisles of Walmart. In 2010, your company eliminated merchandise in order to reduce clutter in stores. However, customers were not accustomed to these abrupt changes. Taking these losses into consideration, and with grocery making up 54% of sales in comparison to the other departments, we predict that a plan for in-store expansion is vital to Walmart's success. With support from proper employment, as well as strategic in-store remodeling, this expansion is vital to Walmart's success and a worthy investment on Walmart's behalf. Returning to the everyday low price strategy, as well as Walmart's undertaking of healthy lifestyle projects, is a step in the right direction and we will ensure their success. Healthier options for lower budgets cannot be accomplished without in-store remodeling, restructure, and reorganization. As Walmart grows, so can its market share of the U.S. grocery market. For this project, we are estimating a budget of $3 billion, which will go towards testing in 200 supercenters. As you can see, we have allocated the following budget. 55% will go towards renovation, and as you can see, the store layout will expand as grocery expands. The second part of this remodeling phase will be focused around the business strategy that happy employees equals happy customers, centered around the 3-scope model that 1, employee benefit point system, 2, lifestyle programs, and 3, an expansion of leadership programs into the community. This will enhance Walmart's employee performance and ultimately benefit Walmart's customer service. The second phase of our implementation process will go towards investing in e-commerce. Walmart must be best positioned to serve customers as the e-commerce market is expanding rapidly and take advantage of online retailing. Walmart will provide ways in which customers can shop smarter by offering the anytime, anywhere online shopping experience. Competition exists in this market from companies such as Amazon, but this should not prevent Walmart from getting the huge amount of sales they have to be recognized. This can be done in two ways. One, through a marketing campaign, displaying that shopping at Walmart online is easier than ever, and two, through improving the site, which will be done through presentation aspects and recommendation features of the actual product, and two, through return policy, service, and excellent delivery features. For this budget, we are recommending $50 million, 45 of which will go towards logistics, and 5 of which will go towards advertising. Over the past 10 years, as you can see, sales have consistently increased, and we predict that over the next 5 years, it will continue to increase at 0.5% per year. Currently, 4.1% of total retail sales are actually attributed to online purchases, and we just predict that this is an area that Walmart cannot pass up on, and that we are predicting positive growth for the foreseeable future. I will now pass it along to my colleague George to explain to you our international expansion.
Thank you, Alex. We predict that your largest growth opportunities exist outside of the United States. It is for this reason that we are proposing that you move quickly and aggressively to expand your global network. As you can see, for our recommendation, we have broken the world into 4 different regions, being Asia Pacific, the Middle East, Europe, and South America, and propose that Walmart move into 1 additional country from each of these regions within the next 2 years. For Asia Pacific, we have evaluated multiple countries and believe Philippines to be the most attractive option. Since 2010, the new election of President Aquino brought about a refocus on spending. They have been one of the fastest growing Asian economies, outpacing other attractive options such as Thailand and Indonesia. Additionally, you should keep an eye on India as Prime Minister Singh moves towards allowing Walmart to enter the retail sector of this market, marking a dramatic shift from the historical policies that have prevented Walmart from truly accessing this $450 billion economy. In the Middle East, we have tagged Saudi Arabia as their most attractive option. They saw substantial growth in 2011, leading to a real GDP of 251, 70 points higher than any other country. Their government has also spent a significant amount of money improving the country's infrastructure in recent years, and more importantly, has deregulated its competitive environment, making it a prime target for expansion. For Europe, we are suggesting that Walmart move into 1 country from both Eastern and Western Europe. And in Eastern Europe, we believe that Poland is the most attractive option due to their very friendly investment policies. These policies are evidenced by the considerable increases in foreign direct investment they've seen since 2004, and in combination with advantages such as competitive labor costs, a large market size, and continued growth, it is a very attractive option for Walmart. In Western Europe, we believe that Spain is the most attractive option because they own the world's 13th largest economy, while also receiving the 9th largest amount of foreign direct investment in 2011. That, in combination with a highly developed transportation system and sustained economic growth over the past decade, makes Spain one of the most attractive countries in the world. In our final region, Walmart already holds a huge presence there with Walmex, Walmart Argentina, and operations in Brazil. And we feel that this can be expanded on and improved in the coming years. We propose that Walmart open an additional 700 stores in Brazil, 100 in Argentina, and 400 in Chile in 2012, while also expanding into Peru. Peru has seen substantial growth in recent years, and Walmart would also benefit from the U.S.-Peru trade promotion agreement. We evaluated many countries in each of these regions, and we believe that these are the most attractive options to begin your expansion portfolio. I will now be passing it back to my colleague Alex to conclude our presentation. Sorry, I forgot the financial projections. For 2012, through increases in e-commerce and rebranding our image, we are projecting an increase of 5.61% of sales, 2 percentage points higher than 2011. However, in 2013, we expect to see the full effect of our total recommendation, leading to a healthy double-digit growth of 12.23%, giving Walmart $500 billion in sales while doubling its operating profit to $31 billion. I will now be passing to Alex to conclude our presentation.
Thank you, George. Walmart has seen impressive growth and innovation over the past 4 decades. We envision that through our 3-tier model of rebranding Walmart's image, investing in e-commerce, and expanding internationally, that we can take Walmart's strengths to new heights, parallel with unprecedented growth into the future. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Fantastic Four Consulting. We would like to thank you all for coming this evening and listening to us present. We hope you take our recommendation into consideration, and we will now invite you to ask any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you for presenting. One question, you completely lost me on the happy employee equals a happy customer. Could you go back and, I don't know really where you're going with that one. Could you just explain to me what that means?
I can take this question. Thank you for asking. The purpose of the business strategy of happy employees, happy customers, I think what we're focusing this on is in order to focus on developing Walmart's customer service aspect is we want Walmart, our employees, our managers, to be happy when they come to work. So this idea, there's a lot of research that, if employees are happy when they come to work, that they'll be able to better serve their customers. And
it's implied that they're not happy at the moment.
I think that some of the ideas that we had was a healthy work-life balance. So we were planning on, implementing some fitness, healthy, in order some food programs, in order to kind of join our managers together so they're happier at work. That was the main idea behind keeping employees happy, so that they're happier at work in order to better serve the general population.
Right. And you visited our store before, right?
Yes.
So there's greeters, and they don't appear to be happy, or do you have some concerns about that?
They do appear to be happy, definitely. We've heard that there have been problems. This was generally the consensus that there has been complaints in terms of unhappy employees at Walmart. And we think that if they are happier between their work and life balance, that they will be better able to serve the customers.
I've got another question for you. Logistical issues outside of the United States are much different than they are here. What's the cost of failure if the expansion plan that you present does not prove successful?
I'll take the question. When we are doing our research, these countries we are suggesting are very investment friendly, and we are projecting a success. Not only that, we actually researched on more than 100 countries. These countries we are suggesting you to go for in next 1-2 years. We don't project any failure on these countries. So project success.
Well, how do you, as you know, we've had a challenge in Germany where we lost over $1 billion. How do you see us not repeating something like that in a country like Spain, which is a large retirement country, and that's probably where a lot of the direct investment going?
Yeah. For the Spain, we chose Spain because Spain is recently having some financial troubles. We projected if you go on Spain right now, investment will be cheaper. And since Walmart has a huge amount of reinvested capital, Walmart will be able to capitalize its capital in Spain. And Walmart has the supplier power, buying power, and other factors that we don't see any local company in Spain can compete with Walmart.
How about the challenges with the trade unions, for example, we ran into in Germany, in the European Union in Spain?
Well, for the Germany, it was very different because Germany is one of the strongest economy they have in Germany. Spain is totally different at this point, even though they are in the European Union. And on the top of that, in Germany, they're extremely fan of their own products. They wanted to spend on German products. But in Spain, its cultural diversity is totally different, and that is one of the reasons we are choosing Spain.
I wanted you to touch upon how, in your presentation, how you plan to attack the high-end consumer. In the past, this has been unsuccessful with our competition really hitting them harder and being successful. If you could explain that a little bit better.
We're not necessarily trying to attract the higher consumer. We're trying to attract families and the younger generation. We believe that with Walmart, we have low prices, and that we will be the main source of groceries and merchandise that can also attract the higher end consumer.
You don't feel you'll alienate if you change, I guess I'm going to go back to remodeling, maybe alienate the families, because right now what I see in our stores is mostly families who do enter the stores, and I'm just afraid that we could be alienating them with maybe too much change. How would you?
Of our current sales would occupy such a significant amount of space in our stores. Maybe less of that, sell more of it online. If customers want it, you can redirect them to online, help them order it, and get it shipped to our store where they can then pick it up. We want to make more space in store because, as we know, there isn't as much space to expand supercenters or add new supercenters because we already have so many of them in the United States.
One other question on your alternatives. You had spoke about early in the presentation, you talked about an alternative of a new store that Walmart would create, that we would create a new store. Are you talking about a new brand of stores with a different name that falls under the Walmart umbrella?
Yes, we do. Like Walmart has Walmart store and Sam's Club, and then say a new brand for upscale customers. That would be a new name for chain.
And in any of your analysis, did you consider how much we'll be competing against ourselves in that scenario? In other words, how many different brands are we virtually going to compete against ourselves, or how many product lines?
For the new store?
Correct. It sounds like you're telling us that we should create a new store concept that would compete with Target. But there will definitely be, in my mind, a crossover between product lines in Walmart and our new store. And is that part of your analysis?
Yeah, that was part of the analysis, and part of it, it's just an alternative. Why we wouldn't suggest something like this is customers would be confused. It would, contrast what we normally do. Sam's Club is a discount seller, Walmart's a discount seller, or we're recommitting to low prices. We felt like it would be detrimental to us to open a new store because we'd be competing against ourselves, pretty much. Even though it would help us better versus Nordstrom or Target or another upscale store, it would take sales from our other operations, our discount operations.
So you have 3 recommendations for us, correct? Could you just review the 3 very briefly for me?
The first one is rebranding Walmart's image. This is through the expansion of groceries, growing the market share, focusing on the employer program. The second is investing in e-commerce, and the third is expanding internationally.
All right, taking into consideration every strength is a weakness given at certain times, in certain places. For financial reasons, if we had to focus on one of those 3, which one would it be?
I would say international expansion. As we recover from the recession, we come out of it, more people are switching to upscale stores in the United States. And as we saw last year, sales barely grew in the United States, and as was pointed out as one of the disadvantages, every customer would have to spend an additional $10 just to generate 1% of sales increase in the United States. Internationally, we saw a growth of 12%, and we feel like this could be expanded if we hit the right countries. So if we had to choose one of them to pick, it would definitely be expanding international.
In understanding, you had quoted to get the growth we want in the U.S., we have to get the U.S. consumer, every consumer in the U.S. to spend under $10 per person, correct?
Yes.
And that being said, do you believe it is easier for us to go to a country like the Philippines without traveling to be able to go into that market? And I do think it was a little odd to say that the economy in Spain is bad, so it's a good opportunity for us to go there. But the country like the Philippines, do you think that would be easier to grow there?
I feel like it would be easier, it would be with less cost. It would be fairly cheap to invest in the Philippines. They're improving their infrastructure, their economy is growing. And it's very difficult to have every single person in the United States spend an additional $10 in our U.S. stores, especially when many customers are switching to a Target or an upscale store as jobs come back, as the economy even in the U.S. improves.
Well, difficult is what we do because we're in business. So doing something difficult is okay. Tell me the thoughts and beliefs on the Fantastic Four Consulting Company. Tell me your thoughts and beliefs about working with our senior management team.
Can you repeat the question?
As the Fantastic Four Consulting Organization, tell me about your thoughts and beliefs about working with our senior management team.
We think it's going to be a great opportunity for us. We think that we would fit well with the senior management, and we have our strategy will, if implemented, will be successful in the future.
All right, can you, all 4 of you, answer that individually, please? And again, I want to know about your thoughts and beliefs.
We believe we can bring Walmart back to prominence. We can make Walmart great again. It double-digit growth again. It will be difficult, but we believe we've come up with a very effective model that will help us sustain this growth into the future as we move towards a more flat world and expansion opportunities arise.
I think individually, each one of us brings something special to the table. We have ideas that will be able to benefit Walmart, benefit each one of you as well. In order to come up with the ideas that we did today, we were able to create what we did today, and I think in order to be here and presenting and working with all of you, that you would be a great asset, and that we would really like this opportunity.
As you work very closely with your senior management team, we are very happy was very helpful. And from our team, from my side, I would like to say if you take our recommendation in your considerations and work on it, and you'll be successful, and we'll be happy to keep in touch and keep working with you in